And the best thing about the room was this view from the backside patio. It was just breathtaking. From there we could just see miles and miles of ocean, the Indian Ocean, and nothing else. And the beautiful thing is that the way they have constructed these villas is that you don't realize that there are probably around 20 more villas around you, but it just feels so private, so secluded, and yet so much connected to the world. It was just beautiful. So one benefit of booking this beautiful Sunset Ocean Pool villa, let me show you. So we spent the rest of the day relaxing, unwinding, witnessing this beautiful sunset over the ocean. Now it was evening time and time for us to have our dinner. For food, Centara Grand has 4 main restaurants: The Reef, Azure Murray, Swanbois, and The Club. For our dinner on the first day, we went to The Reef, and yes, they have a lot of options for Indian food. Even the vegetarian options were so good. So someone told me that you won't get good Indian food here in Maldives, but just look at this. I have a chapati here, a grilled tuna fish, chicken, tur dal, some salad, and some more chicken. After satisfying our dinner cravings, we spent the rest of the evening at the Coral Bar having some post-dinner drinks. So before ending our first day, we made sure that we did our reservations for the spa. At Centara Grand, they have spa services in collaboration with Spa Canaveral. If you like spa massages, then I highly recommend this. And I suggest that you do all your reservations for spa, for scuba diving, or for any other activity on the day of your arrival, so there are no conflicts of schedule. So our day 2 started with us realizing that we were on top of the ocean, being wished good morning by these beautiful little birds. Waking up and sitting on the backside patio, admiring the vastness of the ocean. It was a great starting point for the day. After spending about an hour just sitting and relaxing, we got ready for our breakfast at the Reef. Just like the dinner, the spread for the breakfast was full of variety and full of options to choose from. Overall, it was a very satisfying breakfast. While we were just sitting at the restaurant, these little birds came over, almost as if they were asking us to feed them. So we did our bit, got some grains from the restaurant, and tried to feed these. Anytime we had to go out for food or for anything else, we were walking on this beautiful wooden pathway, and every time it was such a relaxing experience. Hey, so now we are going for some water sports. We have a lot of options there, so I haven't yet decided what to do. So the plan is just to go there and see. So now I can't carry my big camera, so switching to GoPro in 1, 2, 3. Alright, on the GoPro now, so let's go. Now we headed to the water sports center, where we were assigned a set of snorkeling gear for those who can't swim, aka life jackets are provided in every villa should you wish to take a quick dip in the ocean behind your villa. So we collected our gear, but I wanted to do kayaking first because it was still a little early in the day and not that hot. So we took a kayak into the water of the ocean and spent some time paddling around. Now we thought of going back to the villa to rest, but we were so excited with snorkeling gear in our hand, we thought of taking that gear for a test. Between the Darth Vader voice and the occasional intake of salty water in our mouth, it was a pretty fun experience. The water was so clear. We were just near the beach and I could already see a baby shark swimming. It kind of induces you to the word of underwater breathing, as it can be a bit uncomfortable in the beginning. You need to breathe with your mouth and not your nose, which doesn't come very naturally to us humans. So we spent some time practicing breathing with our mouth along with our mouth regulator. With almost lunchtime now, we went back to the villa, took a quick shower and came back for the lunch. Now we had also planned to go for a scuba diving session. We had to book it on the second day so that we could actually do it on the third day. So without wasting any time, we went straight to the diving center, filled up our forms and booked our session for scuba diving the next day. We took this package called Explore Scuba Diving and it costs you around $180 per person. If you're staying there for a long time, you can actually spend some time with these professionals, get certified, and then you can actually go and dive in the ocean without anyone's help. After booking our session, we spent rest of the day relaxing around the island. Centara Grand has 2 bars. the coral and the aqua. With our all-inclusive package, we had most of the drinks on the house. So we spent the evening chilling at the coral bar. Since we were in the middle of the ocean and there was almost zero air pollution and a very little light pollution, this made it a perfect spot for stargazing. So we spent most of our late evening stargazing and capturing this beautiful time lapse of stars, or as I call it, the star lapse. I was fortunate enough to capture a few shooting stars in the process. Thankfully, it was a new moon phase, so no extra light from the moon as well. At the end of this beautiful day, I treated myself with a salt bath, and it was so magical that it instantly relaxed all of my body and I was ready to go to sleep. So back on day 3, this was the day when we were going to do our scuba dive. We woke up with excitement and a bit of nervousness as well. Diving into the ocean had always been my dream, but also something which I was not very comfortable with. Since our diving session was booked for 10 a.m, we woke up quite early in the morning and had an early breakfast. Now the whole diving session is 90 minutes long, out of which 30 minutes is the actual dive and the rest of the time is spent in the introduction classes and traveling to the point of diving. It was a high tide day. Our instructors decided to sail to a point where the water was relatively calm so that it's easier for us to dive. Shout out to our instructor Son, who was really warm, understood all of our questions and helped us really well.
In the 10 meters, that's why I got 2 atmosphere pressure. Breathe continuously and deeply. While scuba diving, we are using our mouth to breathe, not our nose.
So first, we had a quick introduction of all the hand signals which we can use inside of the water to communicate with our instructor, since we can't speak in the water. This was our Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara moment. We just had Son instead of Katrina Kaif. After this quick introduction, we boarded our boat and sailed to the point of diving. All was okay until then, but as soon as we started wearing the gear, the BCD, the mouth regulator, the cylinders, at that moment I could actually hear my heart pacing. There I was, standing at the edge of the boat, ready to dive in. Had always waited for this moment, but when I'm there I was so nervous, a little bit scared as well. So anyway, after a couple of inspiring messages from our instructor, I took the leap and I dived. And boy, oh boy, what an experience it was. Amazing, breathtaking, exhilarating, inspiring. I really don't have enough adjectives to describe it. As a first-time diver, we were able to go as deep as 7 meters, which is quite an achievement. I love every bit of it. Although the GoPro froze on me a couple of times. So a quick tip here about the GoPro: even if it's water resistant and you can take it into the water, doesn't mean it will work perfectly well under 5 meters. Just as we were crossing 5 meters, the shutter button on the top stopped working for some reason. Post that point I could not shoot, but really I don't mind, I don't regret that at all, but that is something I wish I knew first so that I could have bought a water casing for the GoPro. We saw some beautiful fish, some beautiful coral life, and at one point a big shark as well. The feeling of weightlessness is just something else. Diving in the ocean, watching this underwater world is something which I'll never forget. After spending 30 minutes inside of the water, we came back up to the surface onto the boat and spent some time thinking how deep the life is.
How many meters did we go?
7 meters.
After this perfect adventure, we had a perfect relaxing session waiting for us at the Canaveral Spa. So right after our lunch, we headed over to the spa and we were greeted with this butterfly PT as a refreshment. Then we were asked to pick up a pebble that had a word inscribed on it, which was supposed to be our journey for the day. A small creative touch, but hey, thumbs up for that. So what is this for?
Yeah, so these are stones. You choose randomly from one of these stones and it's like the focus of your journey today.
Okay. Nice. I got unwind, and subconsciously that is something what I was looking for. I highly recommend taking a spa massage here. 10 out of 10. During the course of our stay, we also spent some time talking to the resort staff. They were always very warm and welcoming and always ready to help us. Some of these were even certified divers and gave us some tips before our diving session. They live in accommodation provided by the resort at the island itself. Some of those people told me that they just visit their hometown in Malay probably around once a month. So the hustle is real, guys, everywhere in the world. If you're there, be sure to say hi or smile every time you pass by. So after our spa and our evening drinks, we spent some time watching fish feeding. To our surprise, we were visited by some sharks and stingrays. Watching them feeding and playing with each other was such a nice experience. So we ended our day with a 3-course meal at the club, which is sort of a premium restaurant at Centara. After the dinner, we again spent some time stargazing.